breaking inputs coming in. We're given to understand that the police officials have reached VIP brat Shivan's house, but the gates are not being opened for the cops. The lawyer of Shiva Mishra has been allowed to enter, but no entry for the police officials.
कुछ नहीं, एक्सीडेंटल मामला है। शिव मिश्रा की तलाश में हम आए थे, दरवाजा खुलवाने का प्रयास किया गया, नहीं खुल रहा है। अब ऊपर जो हम अपने अधिकारी लोगों से बात करेंगे, कुछ अधिकारी फिर जैसा
फिर भी नहीं खोल रहा, ऐसा क्या मामला हो गया?
अब न खोलने वाले के बारे में क्या बता सकते हैं? खोलने के बाद ही कुछ बता सकते हैं। शिव मिश्रा की
कल गाड़ी छोड़ दी गई थी क्या?
नहीं, गाड़ी है, गाड़ी थाने में। कुछ नहीं, एक्सीडेंटल मामला है। शिव मिश्रा की तलाश में हम आए थे, दरवाजा खुलवाने का प्रयास किया गया, नहीं खुल रहा है। अब ऊपर जो हम अपने अधिकारी लोगों से बात करेंगे, कुछ अधिकारी फिर जैसा
फिर भी नहीं खोल रहा, ऐसा क्या मामला हो गया?
अब न खोलने वाले के बारे में क्या बता सकते हैं?
So the bid to block the probe continues. Police officials not being allowed to enter the house, whereas the lawyer has been given an entry. Let's go across to Adib. The cop says he will now inform his senior officials. Aaye the talashne Shiva Mishra ko have not been allowed to enter inside the house.
Well, certainly, Swati, and see, this is the kind of arrogance this Mishra family is showing towards the Kanpur police. When the on-duty cop is reaching at their the doorstep, they are knocking at the doorstep, trying to enter the house to question Shiva Mishra, who is the main accused in this case. The Kanpur police is not being allowed to enter the premises. In fact, the investigative officer is saying that he'll have to inform his seniors. But on the other hand, they are allowing their lawyers to enter their premises just so they can work their way out of this legal framework. And that's the main reason they are not allowing cops to enter inside the premises. So at present, the Kanpur police is saying that we are investigating the matter. Shiva Mishra will be added. His name will be added in the charge sheet. His name will be added to the case, and he'll be treated as the main accused. But on the other hand, Kanpur police is not being even allowed to step inside the residence of Shiva Mishra, who is the main accused.
Well, those visuals are on the screen as we speak, Adib. The cop waiting outside the gate, not being allowed to enter. On the other hand, the lawyer was immediately given an entry. We also have a ground report filed by my colleague Priyank, who visited the house of tobacco trader KK Mishra in Vasant Vihar in the national capital.
Post 2024, this house is once again into controversy now after the horrific accident which has happened in Kanpur, which was related to the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini was driven by Shiva Mishra, the same Shiva Mishra who is the son of KK Mishra alias Munna Mishra, who was in the center of all the storm because of the income tax raid which continued at this location, which is in the D block of Vasant Vihar for almost 6 to 7 days. 7 crore worth of cash and jewelry was recovered from this location. Also, high expensive watches were also recovered. These are the security guards who have been placed here to keep this house protected. गार्ड साहब, एक बार बताइए, शिवम जी कब आए थे यहाँ पे? गाड़ी यहीं आती थी? वो
हमारे ड्यूटी के दौरान हमने देखा ही नहीं। हमारे ड्यूटी के दौरान कोई आना जाना नहीं।
वो जो लैम्बोर्गिनी काली वाली है वो देखिए
नहीं, हमारे ड्यूटी के दौरान कोई गाड़ी अंदर बाहर नहीं हुई।
यहाँ पे नहीं आई थी लैम्बोर्गिनी?
नहीं।
सो दीज गार्ड्स
हमारे ड्यूटी के दौरान नहीं आई।
अच्छा, कितने देर में ड्यूटी चेंज होती है आपकी?
हमारा जो टाइमिंग है सुबह का है, कभी 8 बजे कभी 10 बजे। हमारे ड्यूटी के दौरान कोई आना जाना।
कब से काम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे?
हमारा 1 ईयर, before 1 year.
So what he has been saying that over the period of last 1 year, the vehicle did not come here. But the registration of the vehicle is certainly of the national capital. This is the kind of security which is still remains to be there.
Priyank is joining us with more details. Priyank, first they said the identity of the driver is unknown, and then later, after pressure mounted, Shiva Mishra's name was added in the FIR. But now we're looking at fresh visuals. Cops not being allowed an entry into the house, while the lawyer was quickly, with the help, of course, of the people present there, allowed to enter.
See, Swati, there are two things which can be seen. Either the UP police was not prepared to take action against Shiva Mishra, or they don't have any kind of intention to act against him. The FIR copy does not mention his name, although the video shows that he was on the driving seat. The delay in the time period before he can actually be produced before the police official is certainly the key factor which can add few more sections in the FIR. And that is the biggest worry for the defense side. That's why they have been protecting themselves. And the UP police, that too, today being a working day, had reached the location without any kind of warrant against the accused because they themselves have not named Shivam in this particular FIR. There are two reasons because of which this can happen. Either Shivam Mishra was intoxicated and the 48 hours delay is certainly something which they want, because that can lead to no result in the blood report if at all he is being taken into the police remand, and that can certainly raise more sections in the FIR. That is a preset rule for these VVIP brat to follow, that they try to avoid any kind of police interaction for the next 48 hours before they can be arrested. It's a bailable offense, Swati, so far. Still, the UP police preferred not to name him instead of the visuals being clearly showing that it was the VVIP brat who was on the wheels without actually realizing that what could be the implication. So everything is putting them under the dock. We are at this location. We have spoken to the security guards who are placed here. There's no trace of Shivam. Neither the Lamborghini came here over the period of last few months or years. But the delay is certainly the reason which we can sense, although the UP police will have to confirm. First of all, they'll have to get hold of Shivam Mishra, that whether he was intoxicated or not. If at all that was the scenario, then more stringent sections of the Indian Penal Code could be added, or the BNS could be added in the FIR. But for that, they'll have to actually catch him. And the opposition is very well right that first of all, the action which we have seen in the kind of petty criminals where they have been shot below their...
Are there still attempts being made of, to cover up the entire thing? That's the question being asked, given especially the fresh visuals that are coming in. Cops not being allowed to enter, whereas entry has been given to the lawyer. Thank you very much, Prem, for getting us the details.